Hey everybody, welcome back to the Johnny Laing Show with Johnny Laing. And man, our super special guest today, and everybody, and I'm finding out everybody knows him. Not life coach, success coach, and certified life, health, and fitness coach, and everybody knows him, Chuck Tawney. And thank you, man. This is exciting. To have somebody of your stature that is respected in the industry that you're in, which is health and fitness, and which I love the way you do things, and I'm starting to find that out. So you're here because of you. So what I want to know, and what all these folks out here want to know, I get into my wrestling, my wrestling.
Let it out.
They want to know about you. So they want to know Chuck Tawney before you were Coach Chuck Tawney.
Well, so first and foremost, Johnny, thank you for having me. Super appreciate the opportunity to be here. I've born and raised in the area, grew up here. I've always had a passion for life since I was a little kid. And at like 12 years old, I started riding a skateboard and just didn't care what anybody thought about me. Didn't care. I went and rode a skateboard. And then when I got into my mid-20s, I kind of got away from that freedom of expression thing, and went through a tough marriage, bad divorce, another tough relationship, bad breakup. And at that point, I had to find out who I was. Had to come to terms with the childhood trauma that I dealt with. Went through therapy, went through some other things, and one morning I woke up. I don't remember the exact date, but literally the sun was shining in my window, hit me in the face, and I realized that day there was more to life than just partying all night long every day, whatever it might be. And I took the steps that day to start finding myself.
Were you hungover that day?
Absolutely.
So you've been through the partying stage, as you said, obviously, and then when you had a tough time with the breakups in the marriage. Did you have children?
No kids.
No children.
Kids. I had a hard enough time taking care of myself coming up that I never had kids. Thank God.
Right. Well,
it's not for.
It's never too late, Chuck.
Well, it's not for lack. It's not for lack of kids. My sister. I have my nephew. He's unbelievable. My girlfriend has 2 kids, so we're good. We're good.
You're good with
the kids.
Plus, a certain age, it's just like you don't want no babies, crying.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, we're around the same age.
Right.
I'm done with that stuff.
Yeah.
But
sure.
so then now you are Coach Chuck Tawney, and what now there had to be a transformation.
So that morning that I woke up with that sun hit me in the face, and realizing I was 44 years old that I was way out of shape. I was skinny fat.
Skinny fat?
Like I was 150 pounds with a gut, because I would drink a 2-liter bottle of Mountain Dew and eat Twinkies for breakfast. Didn't take care of myself. I'd get home from work. I'd hop in the shower. I'd go out. I'd eat bar food. I'd drink all night till 2 a.m. Come home, wake up at 6 o'clock. Sometimes with random girls in my bed, and I go do it again. And I was like, there's got to be way more to life than this. And that day, I went to the playground by my house and started doing a little workout on the playground, just pull-ups, doing box jumps onto the bench. It was a lot, and started changing my diet right then. I was like, a lot of things got to change. And with the internet, I just started researching some stuff. How do I better myself? How do I live a better life? And that led me to coming to terms with myself, and what was the thing that caused me to be such a negative person. There was never anything that was my fault. My failed relationships were never my fault. My missing days of work here and there, whatever it might be, just because I wanted to sleep in, wasn't my fault. There were so many things that I pushed the blame off on, deflected, and that was all from trauma that I experienced as a child. And when I finally came to terms with that, and the weight of the world lifted off my shoulders, it was like I lived with blinders on. I had tunnel vision. And when they took them off, there was this big, bright, wide world full of colors. And it was like, wow. And that right there, I started unofficially coaching a few people just to be better people, to eliminate the negativity and start pushing yourself a little bit more each day. And that, again, I was just on the internet researching, and I found a place called HCI, Health Coach Institute. And they offered health coaching and life coaching certifications. And at the time, I had been land surveying for probably 19 years. And I was like, you know what? It's now or never. I'm either going to pull the trigger and do something that's my passion and that's help people live life, or I'm going to be stuck in this go nowhere job forever. And I did it that day. Signed up.
That was it.
That was it.
And then you changed. I guess it changed your life.
It changed my life to have the discipline to not go out every night and drink, to have the discipline to get up every morning and make a healthy breakfast, to actually make my bed every morning when I got up, changed my life. To stop procrastinating. The trash is full. Oh, I'll get it next time. No, I'll take it out right now. There's dirty dishes in the sink. I'll wash them later. No, wash them right now. And that was every morning. And I started disciplining myself. I would get up. I would make scrambled eggs every morning for breakfast. While I put the eggs on my plate to cool, I would wash my frying pan and my spatula right there, put it on the drain board. Done. That way it's not in the sink. I would eat my eggs before I left for work. I'd make my bed. So when I come home from work, there's not much better than crawling into a nice, fresh made bed.
I agree.
Know what I mean?
I agree. I agree. My wife makes my bed, but maybe I should start making that bed.
It was a discipline that I really had to push myself into to see how far I could go. I started practicing positive reflection. At the time, I lived in a waterfront house in Oliver Beach, and the sun literally came up in our front yard. And I could sit out there for 15 minutes a couple days a week and just do my positive reflection and look at the inner part of me. When I could get that balance in my soul, everything else around me just got better. And that was where my transformation went. And it wasn't easy, and it didn't happen overnight. There was that epiphany that Saturday morning when I woke up, but it took months of me pushing myself to get to this point. I hated water. I could not stand water, drinking water. Yeah. And that was the one thing that my discipline was pushing me to drink water.
Start.
It is very tough to start. I was used to drinking a 2-liter bottle of Coke or Mountain Dew or something every day. And there were so many little things. You make all of these little changes. And I say it all the time, small hinges swing big doors. You make all of these small changes along the way that lead up to one big lifestyle change.
Well, let me ask you, because I've recently made a pretty big change in my life, and something that's been a big part of my life for so long, and that's something that you mentioned, and that's quitting drinking. I'm a bar guy, and that's what I've been. But one thing, and it's only been a short time, but what I have noticed is that morning thing. So like now, that one change, and the water thing. Now, everybody may not know, and some of you do know, that Chuck is also one of our coaches for Fantastic J's Change for Charity, and one of the things that they continually talk about is the water thing, and those two things have really made a big difference in my life. And it's kind of making me feel better that you talked about it, because maybe I'm going in the right direction.
For sure.
But so, when did you said you started coaching people unofficially? So when did you start taking official clients? I know that because I also know that I see that you sometimes pick certain people that you feel like need the extra help, or whether it be for health reasons or whatever else. So
I've always been a people person. I've always been fascinated with learning about people and seeing people interact with each other and learning about life through people. As I went through all of these certifications, getting through the classes and doing everything, it was every day posting something positive on Facebook and putting my own experience out there with these things that I posted. And it was one night, I stopped Hard Yacht to grab something to eat, and somebody approached me and was just like, you know what, your post yesterday changed my whole day. And I was like, wow, like that to me means everything. And
the fact that you help somebody.
Yeah, and I know that, doing that, to have that feedback from somebody on the outside looking in, and that you actually reach people that way. So I once I got my life coach certification, I knew that it was going to be a long road. I'm a realist. I know that I'm not going to get these certifications, and I'm going to have people knocking down my door that need to be coached. It's a matter of just watching social media and seeing the people that are struggling, and then just reaching out to them and saying, hey, you okay? You need help? You need anything? You need to talk? I'm here. Whatever it might be. And with my first client, I probably heard 1,000 no's before someone finally committed and said yes. And then from that one person that said yes, it kind of snowballed from there. Results speak for themselves. When you start to see some other positivity coming out with people, and you know that you're pretty much solely responsible for changing their mindset, it just pushes me even further. It's an addiction for me that's like changing one person at a time and seeing them be positive, and then they're helping other people. It's like, wow.
That's not a bad addiction, because of some of the other ones that we've all been involved in here and there. But right now, you have a coaching firm.
Yes.
Okay, and I'm going to have all that stuff down in the description for everybody, and websites and that kind of thing. So how does that work as far as people contacting and what you do as the coach?
My business is called Evolve Yourself with Coach Chuck. And if you look at my logo, the Evolve, the L is backwards, and it's colored different than the rest. And if you look at it, it says love yourself. That was my whole point of my logo. It says love yourself, evolve yourself, grow. I coach on mind, body, and soul. You can't have one without the other. You cannot have a good body. You can't be physically in good shape if your mind or your soul are in a different place. If you have all this stress going on in your life, your soul's not going to be happy, and physically your body is going to react. When you're under a certain amount of stress, your cortisol levels rise, and your body will not release fat. It will refuse to release fat. Stressors that's the way your body holds on to fat. So when you can release stress from your life, you'll start to lose weight. You'll start to get better. So I like to kind of focus everything around 5 principles, and that's number 1 is proper nutrition. It's not always about what you eat. It's about when you eat. It's about how you eat it. It's about meal timing, meal planning, not eating until you're gorged. If you eat until you're 70 to 80% full, you're feeding your metabolism. If you eat until you're gorged, for example, Thanksgiving dinner, what do? You're sitting there, you're done. You just want to sleep. Well, that's shutting your metabolism down. When you feed your metabolism till you're 70, 80% full, you want to keep going. Your energy levels come up, and they stay pretty much put. Number 2 is consistent movement. And I like to call it movement instead of exercise or working out, because those things sound so hard and so disciplined. But the consistent movement thing, if you walk around the block every other day, you're moving. If you go mountain climbing or you ride a bike or whatever it might be, you're consistently moving. My job as a coach, where people say I don't have time to move, or I don't have time to do this, but I'd like to get back into it. And I know with all of you guys in the challenge, you're doing these bike rides or whatever. So now my job as a coach is to say, well, what did you do as a kid that kept you active? Oh, I used to go out and ride a bike all the time. So then I go back and I research and I say, here are 10 different bike trails. And here are 3 different places that you can go buy a bike for cheap. So you buy this bike, you take it to one of these trails, and you start doing this on a consistent basis.
And we have some nice trails down in this area, really.
There's so many bike trails in Maryland. It's unbelievable.
I got some bikes if anybody wants to go for a bike ride with me and Chuck.
Go for a ride. Just do it. So then, and number 3 is restful sleep. If you're not sleeping well, that's everything. I see people all the time on Facebook that are like, oh, I'm not sleeping again. I've been up all night. I've only got 2 hours of sleep, or whatever it might be.
What are some of the things, since we're on it, what are the things that cause that, as far as the insomnia? I see the same thing. Like if I get up and go to the bathroom, to a TMI, but you're sitting there looking at Facebook, I see the same thing. Who's up? I ain't slept in hours.
Yeah.
What's some things that cause that? Besides, I'm sure stress is one of them.
Stress. People worried about everything going on around them instead of worrying about what's going on inside of them. One of the things that I really, really like people to do is what we call the power down hour. So if you're planning to go to bed at 9 o'clock, at 8 o'clock, turn it all off. Turn your TV off, turn your phone off, your computer, your tablet, whatever it might be, turn it off. Sit on the floor and stretch, or grab a notebook and start doing some journaling, some positive reflection, some meditation, some yoga. Do something an hour before you go to bed to bring yourself down. There's a lot of people that sleep, but it's not restful sleep. And restful sleep is the key to recovery from working out, from eating right, from doing everything. When you get that restful sleep, nothing feels better than wake up in the morning and just have big shoulders.
Yeah.
I feel so good. I feel so much better. That's everything. Restful sleep. There's fresh sheets. I'm not sure why, but anytime you change your sheets on your bed and you climb into that freshly made bed, right, you sleep so much better. Fluff pillows. There's some different essential oils and scents that you can use in your room to help you sleep better as well. But it's not eating too late. If you eat too late, you have that food laying in your belly. Not getting a hot shower too late. You get a hot shower late and your blood pressure's up, and it just takes that much longer to fall asleep. And again, not worrying about the outside world. Too many of us take our phones to bed with us, and I do it now because I use it as my alarm clock. It's right on the nightstand next to the bed. But when you wake up, you look right at it, and then you see something that gets into your head, and you're like, that's you've got to discipline yourself to not look at your computer or your phone or the TV when you wake up. Clear that clutter, plain and simple. Just clear that clutter, and then and the fourth thing that brings this all together is productive schedules. Because I have people all of the time, and I've already done it through the challenge, is I don't have time to do that. I don't have time to work out. You know what? If you have time to sit and scroll through Facebook all day and time to watch Netflix and time to do this and time to do that, you have time to eat right and exercise.
You showed a nice, easy, small space exercise. If anybody wants to check it out, it'll be, you just got to go to Fantastic Jay's Biggest Loser, Change for Charity, and you'll see some of the stuff that Chuck's been doing for us, advice, and today showed a small workout. So I think that was proof right there that, of course, I'm talking all kind of shit because I actually been doing something for once, but
you see the difference,
right?
You see the difference.
Feel the difference in the energy, and I'm excited. I'm excited. I was excited to hopefully raise a couple of dollars for charity, but I'm getting more excited that of where the place where you're taking us,
the doors that are opening. I'm looking at everything that's going on around it, especially with the keto meal prep thing, and it's just like, wow, this thing's got some traction and it's really taking off.
It's like if you get a group of guys together, and which we have, and we got the likes of yourself out there pumping us and posting positive messages to us and to everyone. And some of the fellows, they're putting it out there. They're taking it serious. But not only that, to me, which I love about this, is these guys are, even when they're going in the wrong direction, they are still getting it out there.
Accountability is everything. So with those first four things, with productive schedules, let me get back to productive schedules real quick. If you have 15 minutes a day, you can live a much healthier, much more productive life. It only takes 15 minutes a day to get in a little bit of consistent movement. If you have an hour on Sunday afternoon to prepare 5 or 6 meals for the week, there's 5 or 6 more healthy meals that you're going to eat instead of eating junk. So if you take that little bit of time for yourself, 2 hours a week, you can spare 2 hours a week, get up 15 minutes earlier, go to bed 15 minutes later, whatever it might be. You can make things happen. That's what it's all about. But the ultimate thing within all of these are accountability, is to set up accountability. Number one is always to evaluate your situation from the outside. Step back. Look at your situation. Okay, well, so I'm drinking too much. I'm eating too many horrible foods. I'm not sleeping right. What do I need to do to change? And number two is to eliminate the things that do not serve you. Eliminate the alcohol. Eliminate the bad food. Start drinking water, eating cleaner. Eliminate the stressors that are around you, the clutter. There's lots of little things you can do to make yourself feel better about that too. I will bet almost everyone out there has a stack of mail somewhere in their house that's just piled up. Take 15 minutes to go through it and get rid of what you don't need. You've just cleared a whole bunch of worries right off your plate. Go through your emails. How many people have 10,000 emails that they haven't even read? Start eliminating emails. You clear that clutter and it clears a lot of that fuzz out of your head. So that is eliminating that stuff. Say yes to yourself for once. Finally, say yes to yourself. Too many times we put other people first, and it's natural. It's human nature. That's what we do as humans. But at some point, we need to practice self-care. You can't pour from an empty cup. Meaning, I can't keep giving to you and to you and to you if I don't have nothing left to give. If I'm empty, if I'm drained, right?
Yes.
And then you have to take action, set up a plan, get a notebook, and write down a plan how you want to tackle this step by step, and then set up accountability. Accountability is everything, and that's what this challenge is doing. It's everyone holding each other accountable. You can say, hey, I'm going to lose this weight for charity. I'm just going to do it on my own, whatever it might be. I sponsor myself for $1 a pound. And at the end of it, you're like, yeah, I lost 14 pounds or whatever. But you have this accountability. Now you have other people pushing you. You have other people there that are like, what are you doing? So if we see in this group, and I'm not sure if you've done it, I'm pretty sure that you have. If we see somebody starting to fall off, it's like
I posted the table of nachos.
Yes, you reach right out and you're like, hey, where you been? You haven't posted on here in it's been 6 or 7 days. You okay? Where you at?
Right.
You're falling off. And now I know I'm sponsoring 2 girls for this, and I reach out to both of them pretty much every day, and I'm like, where are you at? How are things going? It's what I do with my clients. Whether you're a life coach client, a health coach client, or a fitness client, I reach out to you pretty much every day and ask how you are. So all of my clients that I had in the gym yesterday, I reached out to this morning. How do you feel? What's sore? What's not sore? Is there anything you need? How's your diet? Keep it tight today. And I hold them accountable to everything. I post some of the videos that I post to hold myself accountable. Where, you haven't posted in a while, you know what I mean? Is everything okay with you? Yeah, everything's good. I've just got a million things going on. So I make sure that I hold myself accountable by putting everything out there that needs to be put out there.
And you do put some good posts out there. And you know what? They're not even. They make me think. It's like, why am I not doing this? Why is this not happening right now? But that positivity is one thing that I know that helps all of us, and I'm sure helps all the people in your life that you're around. So what does that mean, positive, negative? What's that? And I know you, because you talk about the negativity, and so how do we make that happen?
So much of the negativity is simply deflection. You're deflecting something from yourself that you don't want to deal with. Whether you're just miserable in your job or whether you're miserable in your home life or whatever it might be, you're deflecting to other people. You're complaining. What are you complaining about? social media is a valuable tool when it's used correctly. And when you jump on there and you start seeing negative post after negative post, and you're like, what in the world is going on?
Right.
That, it just wears on you after a little while. And that was one of the things that I knew. I was like, man, there's just too much negativity in this world. We need to start putting a positive spin on things.
I'm a positive social media.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And there's, I see people that complain daily about the most minute things. And then I laugh at it, and I'm like, there are a billion people in this world that would die to have the life that you have. You're complaining because you didn't get cheese on your burger. You know what I mean? It's like, really?
Right. The real, and that's funny you say that, because Rampage, DJ Rampage, who's one of the guys in the challenge, he goes overseas in different countries to do charitable work, and he said that, and just, and he was there, and he's like, the people here are similar to complaining about stuff like that. Said the poor people here are really, compared to other countries, not very poor at all. So
absolutely,
being thankful and grateful for
what you have,
and
that's you. It's you see this negative. You see people that just want the attention of complaining to complain. And it's, are you that attention starved that you need to tell everybody that Taco Bell got your order wrong? Okay, first and foremost, cool, they got your order wrong. You don't need to tell everybody. Number two, you shouldn't be eating a Taco Bell to start with. You should be eating something healthy. If you made, listen, if you made your own tacos at home and they were healthy, you wouldn't be complaining about anything. You wouldn't have nobody to blame but yourself.
That's right. If you don't have your shit on your taco, it's your fault.
But it's like, I'm never going to Taco Bell again. And then I'm here. I'm driving by Taco Bell, and there they are in line, and you're like, okay, come on. It's like they complain to complain, and then 2 weeks later they'll complain again. And a prime example of this. And I don't even want to get into the political side of all of this, but when the Ravens took a knee a couple of years ago, and there were so many people, I'm done watching football, I'm done this, blah, 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 blah. And now they're like, oh, go Ravens, we're in the playoffs. Oh, the Ravens lost, I'm not watching them now. And it's just like, wow, really?
Yeah,
it's a football game. These are grown men playing a kid's sport, making millions of dollars.
One of my favorite posts that you made, by the way.
It's like, what are you complaining about?
Right.
It's this game does not directly affect your life one way or another.
No.
You do not have any stake in this game one way or another.
And they're getting paid millions.
Right.
Millions to now. I mean, they are in top physical condition. But if anybody wants to pay me $1 million, I will get ripped. Chuck, I'll give you some of that money. You can help me get ripped.
I mean, it's amazing. And the thing that bothers me so much. Okay, they make a lot of money. I get it. I understand. It's cool. It is. They earned it. Whatever. I feel like they are so overpaid to start with.
Yes.
Where
I agree.
Teachers, police, public servants, things like that should
military
make so much more money than they make. And then you have these athletes out there that are you're playing a kid's game making millions and millions of dollars.
30 million, like that kind of crazy numbers. And you're talking about the a teacher, and I know they're not making crap.
No. Not at all.
They're the ones that are. These are the teachers are the ones that are charged with taking care of our children. I mean, let's be honest.
They are raising our kids.
You know what I mean? And so and we're not even giving them any love.
Right. And then the thing. This is one thing. As a normal, law-abiding U.S. citizen, if you sign a contract for your new car, and you say, I don't want to pay it. They're coming back and taking your new car.
Yeah, you're not driving that long.
You're not driving. So with these athletes, when they say, well, I made $15 million last year, I'm not going to play this year because I'm going to hold out for a new contract because I want $45 million. That to me is so selfish and so greedy. If you sign a contract, you need to stick to it. You need to abide by it.
Fulfill that contract, right?
And that's where if myself.
Now wait a minute. If they sucked it up that year after the contract, they wouldn't be giving in that damn money back.
Right. Exactly.
But then when they have a good year, then next thing you know, they're holding the team hostage and the fans.
We have Chris Davis out there making whatever $177 million to hit 9 home runs a year, whatever it might be, and
He only had, Chuck, he only had 17 appearances last season.
It's horrible. And that's that contract. Like I said, we hold out on a contract. They come and take everything that we have. And then if I was one of these professional sports teams owners and you want to hold out, cool, hold out. You can sit on the bench all season. I don't care.
Right.
You don't want your money? Cool. I'll give it to somebody else.
Right.
I'm not a fan of this, but I see this negativity with it all of the time. Just as an example with the Ravens the past couple seasons and football in general, that it's like, and again, not getting into the political thing, I see so many people being negative about this Biden-Trump thing back and forth and back and forth. This is not going to directly affect your life immediately. Joe Biden is not walking in this room and taking my paycheck from me.
Or taking any money out of your pocket.
Right.
He's old. We kick his ass.
Right.
We try to cut
So with that being said, the negativity just over and over and over just needs to go away.
Yeah.
When I started,
because what happens is going to happen, and we're going to have who we're going to have.
Right.
Whoever,
Doesn't matter. When I started finding positivity and looking around me, like I said, when those blinders came off and there was this big bright world out there of all these things, and I'm just like, would catch myself sometimes where I would be driving to work and I'd be stuck behind a trash truck, and I'm like, get the F out of my way, I got to go to work, blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, I just realized at that point, it was like, they're just doing their job too. Right. And where are we going to be if they're not picking up your trash?
Right.
We're going to be living in a trash-filled community. And it was just a lot of little things like that I just started changing from negative to positive. Stop complaining. Stop blaming everybody else for everything else. Stop, start taking responsibility for everything. If this is your fault ultimately, and that's with my life, I realized that I blamed everyone else for so much up until I found myself where when I came to terms with myself, 100% was not my fault that I suffered childhood trauma, but it was 100% my responsibility to fix that. And when I took that initiative and I fixed myself, that's when all the positivity started. That's when this weight came off my shoulders, this big bright world out there with flowers and rainbows and unicorns, and it was like, wow, man, it's like kumbaya, like,
right.
Oh, and that in turn spilled out of me. That's where the passion started coming out for people, to learn about people, to help people. And again, when I had someone approach me,
you found out how good it felt.
Yeah. And when I had somebody approach me one time, I was like, that post really helped me get through my day yesterday. And I was like, wow, like that. And it just pushes me further and further. So now as I've gotten farther into this and I'm officially have these coaching certificates and I'm coaching people and I see these transformations happen, both emotionally, mentally, physically, financially, it just drives me to be such a more positive person, to be such a better person for them.
So are you still taking clients at this time?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think I'm trying to kind of stay where I'm at with the fitness clients because it does take up a good portion of my time. I'm a hustler. I'm literally working 4 jobs. I have clients every morning, Monday through Sunday. I have clients every morning. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I have clients from as early as 4:30 a.m. up until 11 a.m. And then Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 12:30 to 8:30, I work at Charm City Skate Park. Help build ramps, help Jason do stuff around there.
Damn.
And then
where's that at?
In Canton, on O'Donnell Street,
Okay.
4401 O'Donnell Street. 30,000 square feet of indoor skate park.
4401 O'Donnell Street. What's it called?
Charm City Skate Park.
Charm City Skate Park. Give them a shout out.
So that's 3 days a week, and then I have Saturday morning clients. Saturday afternoons are kind of my time. And then I work at the gym staff from 10 to 3 on Sundays. From 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock, I coach a class. In the summertime, it's a boot camp class.
Right.
Yeah, it's a boot camp class, and then in the wintertime, we're indoors, and it's called Lose Your Gut, Grow Your Butt, or Butts and Guts for short. And it's basically a glute core focused workout for women. It's an hour long. It's pretty intense, but we keep it fun and we have fun with it. And then from 11 to 3 o'clock, I'm at the gym as staff working there. So it's a constant grind for me.
7 damn days a week,
7
we're
days a
rolling.
week, no days off.
Now that makes me appreciate your time here. So
But this is with that being said, I work 7 days a week. But one thing that we have to do is self-care. So I set my own schedule, owning my business, that I have downtime to be able to come and do this, to be able to finish this podcast, and I'm going to host a WebEx webinar with 16 people.
Right back to work, baby.
That's it. That's what it's about.
You know what I mean?
Every day, helping people every day. That this passion isn't about my bank account. This passion isn't about me growing myself. This passion is about me helping people, about me changing lives.
So what's next on the agenda for Coach Chuck? I mean, you got any big plans? Anything exciting that you can give anybody a little taste of? Or
so I'm working on some ideas for my own podcast. There's legitimately a million podcasts out there. So doing some research, and I think I've over-researched it a little bit too much.
You seem like that you would probably do that.
I it's not overthinking it. I over-prepared for it because I want to have all of these ideas and be able to put them down on a whiteboard so that I'm a planner. When I plan this out, I know exactly how it's going to go, and I want to have a bank of podcasts saved so that I can put these out on a consistent schedule. I know
the feeling.
Yeah, it's just putting it together right now. So that's kind of the next big thing that I'm looking at. I don't really plan, and especially now with this COVID lockdown, you can't really plan too far in advance because we don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
Especially, Biden coming into office. Are we going to be shut down again? What?
I don't know.
I don't think we are. I really don't. I think we're okay, but we always...
You never know. There's always that possibility.
Right. Do I want to go where I want to go with this? It's I don't plan too far, and I've always been a better fly by the seat of my pants kind of person, where I'm real good on the fly, improvisation. Like we just set this up in a couple of days. We're here. We're talking. That's it. If I plan something out in advance, cool. That gives me more time to prepare for it, whatever it might be. But otherwise, it's not necessary. If you're a wholesome, genuine person, and you let your passion come out, you don't need to be prepared because you're always prepared.
Right. You are prepared. Because look, he's not lying. We just set this up. We might have talked for a couple of minutes before this, and all this wonderful content and that we hear has just been flying from the seat of his pants. Once again.
Yeah, I had a coach on my Facebook. Another coach had asked a question of a bunch of people in his group that said, if you could do a 15-minute video with no preparation on one thing, what would it be? And I said, life. And he said, go do it. And I pulled up, I parked on the water the other day, and inspiration comes from a million different places. And the water has always been my inspiration. I'm a water rat. I was born and raised in a waterfront. My grandparents lived in a waterfront house. I lived off and on in waterfront houses. I'm in a waterfront community here. So that's my escape. So I have a couple of cool places where I can sit by the water and watch a sunrise or whatever it might be. So when this coach came out and said, 15-minute video, no preparation, talk about life. And I pulled up, I set my phone up on my dashboard and rattled off a 15-minute passionate speech about life and posted it. And the feedback that I got on that so far was just like, people are like, wow, that was no preparation. No preparation. Don't need to be prepared when you're always prepared.
Right. When you got that passion, that's your preparation.
Let the passion come out. And that's what, when I posted that the other day about the people being emotional and passionate about this football game, and if they put that much emotion and passion into their own lives, they would be much better people.
They'd be ripped.
That's what it is. It's not about it's whether it's financial or physical or emotional or whatever it might be.
All of it. Got to be all of it.
Mind, body, soul. Mind, body, soul. That's everything. You be in a better place. Put that passion into something, but you have to find that passion first. What is your passion?
I think you know what my passion is.
For sure. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I like entertaining people.
Yeah,
I like it.
And you do a good job of it.
Oh.
This is what you do. You have so many people, again, with the negativity complaining about their jobs every single day. If you don't like it, change. You are the only one holding yourself back. Plain and simple. If you stop holding yourself back and take a chance on yourself one time, you will not regret it. We don't fail. We never fail. As human beings, we never fail. We either succeed or we learn. Plain and simple.
Right.
So, okay, well, this didn't work out. What can I do next time to be a little bit closer to that goal?
Because there is going to be a next time.
There's going to be a next time. When you quit, then you failed. We don't quit. We do not quit. I won't let anybody quit.
Yeah. That you don't think you're quitting when Coach Chuck gets a hold of that. You know what I mean?
I won't let you quit.
So, so a couple quick things. I always like to ask the money question, and the money question is if you you found yourself a lottery ticket on the ground and you went in and cashed it in for $1 million, and that happened right now. As soon as you leave, it happened. What are you doing? What's your after you told everybody? What's your first?
So my dream is to have my own studio, my own self-sufficient studio with a gym in one side to be able to train clients, with a lounge type comfortable place on the other side to be able to sit and talk to my life coach clients in a controlled, quiet environment. I would love to have a kitchen that has risers to have people come in and sit while I teach healthy cooking classes, teach people how to eat healthy. You have everything right there, mind, body, soul, all in one building. And I can teach all three of them. I can also have, my resources are endless as far as having other coaches, having other chefs, having massage therapists, whatever we need to come in to this building and make things happen for everyone, whatever your needs are.
Wow, that would be amazing.
That's my dream 100%, is to have that building completely self-sufficient, everything in one place.
That would be that would be amazing. And like you said, you have guests, and I can see it now.
The vision is.
I can see it.
I'm telling you, the vision is there, and I know exactly what I want and how I want to do it. Would that have a turnstile door? So you go there. You have a roundabout in the middle. Yeah. Come in, just go through your roundabout, which exit you want to take, and go to where you want to go. It's just it's a passion. I mean, I've done.
It sounds amazing.
And as far as the health coaching side of things and helping people, where people say, "Well, I don't know what to eat," there are meal delivery services now. Jimmy's Famous does meal preparation, keto. True Meal Prep. There's a bunch of places that do meal preparation for you so you can eat healthy. You also have grocery delivery services, right? What do you do when you go to the grocery store? You're going up and down aisles and you're just throwing junk in your cart. So when you jump online and you start ordering things and your grocery delivery service delivers these, you have less of a chance of impulse buying junk food, right? You're getting healthy food that way. I've taken people to the grocery store on a field trip, where I've been like, I had 3 people, all 3 of them with their carts, let's go. And I'm kind of just following them around. Why are you buying this? Why are you buying that? Why are you going up and down the candy aisle when you don't need to be in this aisle? And it's just teaching people the right and wrong way to do things.
Is it true that they say the outside of the grocery store is the best place?
Stay on the outside.
The outside aisles there?
Absolutely.
Meat and...
There are select few aisles that you're going to need to go up and down, but for the most part, all of your fresh stuff is all the way around the outside. All of your meats, all your vegetables, your milk, your eggs, your bread, everything's pretty much on the outside of that.
So bread. Okay, I'm sorry, and I don't want to go too much into this, but I have a bread question for you.
Sure.
Okay, so if I want to have a ham and cheese sandwich on wheat bread, is that something that is
perfect? Wheat bread is absolutely perfect. Wheat bread is the healthiest bread as far as I'm concerned, what you can eat. You have a lot of these specialty companies coming out now. I think it's Dave's Killer Bread has a lot of much cleaner versions of wheat bread out. And I ate the Dave's wheat bread, the 7-grain wheat bread or whatever it is, for a long time. It's really good. I'm not a big fan of bread. I don't eat bread very much.
Well, I'm just saying, if I wanted to, and I know that you need certain carbs, but I don't want to. I know, but also there's a lot of myths out there. By the way, our next top 10 for the Fantastic Jays is going to be top 10 weight loss myths I'm gonna send it over to you
Send it
before,
over. Send that
so
over.
you can look at
for
it
sure,
before
for
we
sure.
get it. So make sure we're not telling any lies.
For sure, send it over.
So, but carbs are important for energy level.
Yes, healthy carbs.
Healthy carbs.
So when you get the starchier carbs like white potatoes and white rice and white bread, things like that, not the best. They have a lot of sugar and stuff in them. When you're eating sweet potatoes, brown rice, quinoa, things like that, it's a much healthier carbohydrate for you. But you cannot. So I have a huge issue with these fad diets with keto or things like that, and they're cool. They work for a minute. They work short term. But when you start to shut your body's metabolism down because you're not feeding it carbohydrates, you need to make some changes. So I have a couple of clients I'm working with right now on that as far as eating more carbohydrates. Carbohydrates help you build muscle. They help fuel you through your workouts. They help fuel you through your day. Your body needs carbohydrates to survive. Your body needs fat to survive. Healthy fats, nuts, avocado, things like that. So
fish,
different fish oils. I'll tell you this. I'm going to give you guys this right now. And I give a couple people this week. Healthy, quick meal idea. Rotisserie chicken. It's already made. It's a rotisserie chicken. It's already cooked. I believe Minute Rice has these single serve cups of brown rice, quinoa, things like that. It takes 1 minute in the microwave. And then all of the vegetable companies have these frozen vegetables that are in steam bags go in the microwave.
So they're fresh. They're frozen fresh.
Frozen, yeah. So you buy a rotisserie chicken, you pull all the white meat off, you throw it in a bowl, you throw this brown rice in there for a minute, you throw your vegetables in behind it, you put it in a bowl, you mix it, it's done. It's made for you right there, 3 minutes. Healthy meal. You want to season it with a little bit of Old Bay or some allspice or something, that's perfect. But let's not start adding salad dressings and all kind of other crazy stuff to it. You know what I mean? It's a healthy alternative. And it's super easy, super quick. People tend to overthink this healthy eating thing way too much. I need to do this, and this. No, you don't. You really don't. I make eggs for myself every morning for breakfast. One of the things that you can do with that is you can take a muffin tin. And I just sent this to Brandy this morning. You can take a muffin tin and you can scramble 6 eggs. And you spray your muffin tin down with Pam. And you put these eggs, you pour them into each hole in the muffin tin. You can add ham, peppers, onions, spinach, whatever you want in there, and you bake them for 20 minutes. They come out, you let them cool. Now you have 6 egg cups right there, or 8 egg cups, whatever it is that your muffin tin might hold. And you put each one individually in a bag and you put them in a refrigerator. And now you have 6 meals for breakfast throughout the week.
Wow.
It's really
quick and easy.
It's quick and easy. And that's where we have so many people that overthink this healthy eating thing, and it doesn't have to be hard. It can be super, super simple. Do you like Snicker bars?
I do.
I mean, I'm going to give this to you guys right now. So
I do.
This is one of the things I've been doing a little bit lately. Overnight oats. Snickers flavored overnight oats. So I take a half a cup of whole oats, a half a cup of almond milk, 1 scoop of chocolate protein powder, a scoop of peanut butter, and I throw a couple peanuts and a couple chocolate chips in there, put the lid on, shake it up, put it in the refrigerator at night. When I wake up in the morning, I eat the oats cold, just like that. It's like eating a Snickers bar for breakfast, but it is 100% healthy for you.
Text that to me.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think I brought up to you guys before. How many of you guys like buffalo chicken? Right? We all buffalo wings. Everybody likes buffalo wings, right? A healthy alternative. Ground chicken. You put the ground chicken in a bowl. You put some breadcrumbs in there with an egg and some buffalo sauce. Now, chicken's a lot softer than beef. So when you're mixing it up, you can't squeeze it. It'll get mushy. But you're making meatballs. And you bake these buffalo chicken meatballs for a few minutes. And then you dip your buffalo chicken meatball into fat-free ranch dressing or fat-free blue cheese dressing. And it's just like eating buffalo wings with a healthy
without the guilt,
the grease,
without
the fried grease on there. It's healthy. It's so much easier for you.
Look forward to coming soon, the Chuck Tawney cookbook.
Yes.
Hey, we ought to do a cooking video.
We should.
That would be amazing.
Look, I said that's what I want to do with my vision for having my own place is to have a kitchen that I can teach people healthy cooking. You know, I mean, you can jump on. You can watch some of these cooking shows, Rachel Ray or whatever, but they make these elaborate meals, these super elaborate meals that cool if you got the time to do that,
Most
if you have the
people don't.
resources to do that.
Right.
But if you're on this this health challenge, weight loss, whatever it might be, and you want to do something simple, as a typical American who doesn't have a ton of time to put into doing this or a ton of money to put into doing this, keep it simple.
Right.
For $10, you buy rotisserie chicken for $6, this rice and this bag of vegetables, and you get 4 meals right there for $10.
Right. You got
Plain
four,
simple.
four,
Simple.
4 lunches or dinners right
That's
there.
it, right there.
So-
and then, your dozen eggs on top of that, and you make these egg cups. So now you have breakfast and lunch every day for the next 4 or 5 days for less than $15
And healthy.
and healthy.
I like that's there you go. Chuck, real quick, because we're gonna get on out of here. Is there any last thought that you want to tell the folks out here, just to leave them with something, a little taste? And like I said, everybody, everything to get a hold of Chuck will be down in the description, and I'm going to let his word be the last word. So make sure you go ahead and subscribe and like, and if you do like, please share it as well. Chuck, final thought.
First and foremost, Johnny, thank you. I super appreciate it. Listen, everybody out there, regardless of what you're facing in life, there's nothing that you cannot overcome. I've been at rock bottom. I've been essentially homeless through bad relationships, through horrible childhood trauma, and have dug myself out to put myself in the position I'm in today. And I've realized one thing out of all of this. You got one life. Live it. That's it, buddy. That's it.